So here I am with John Campbell, a lifelong friend. I don't know how long I've known you, John. 20, 28 years, something like that.
25 years maybe, yeah. Long time.
I think you had hair when I first knew you. I mean, I've certainly grown hair. I've still got my lockdown haircut.
Well, I've got 2 kids now as well, which obviously has an impact on hair loss. I don't want to tell everybody too soon, but yeah, big difference.
I like that. Well, obviously, one of the things we've talked a lot about in the past is websites, recruitment websites. And we have actually had humorous moments where we've both laughed out loud at the state of some of the things we've seen over the years. And we just thought it'd be quite useful to put some of our thoughts down in video. But before we go into sort of specific categories, I thought it'd be good just to get a bit of a background from you, John, of the type of experience, so that people know that we actually do know what we're talking about. What sort of recruitment stuff have you done in the past?
I think we've been doing, or I've been doing recruitment for about digital recruitment, call it whatever the new term is, the impact of digital on recruitment, talent acquisition, probably for about 15, 16 years now. We were sort of led into it by a couple of clients who were sort of looking around to try and get ATSs or develop their strategy for using the digital channel a lot more. And that's really in the good old days, really. So we kind of were pushed into it that way, and then just grew the business. You know, we didn't do it by design. It's just where the demand led us to. So that we've been working on quite big projects for the last sort of 12 years consistently with clients. So yeah, it's always moving, and obviously talent acquisition is moving with it, and there's a big demand. So we've just always had clients turning up asking us to help them on it.
It feels like we've moved on a long way in time, but I'm not so sure recruitment websites have moved on that much over the last sort of 15, 20 years. I mean, I remember when every time you used to talk about recruitment websites, every website maker you went to just said, "Oh, it's 25 grand." That was it, and then they'd figure out how to do it afterwards. I mean, is that the right way for me to think, or?
I think the things have got certainly more sophisticated. Possibly. I think clients have certainly grabbed it with both hands these days. There are a lot of suppliers out there. There are a lot of big tech suppliers. There are a lot of small, medium. I think it's become more sophisticated. I think end users and candidates are driving it as much as anything. It's like most technology, the end user customer candidate in this case drives demand for features functionality. There are still suppliers out there who are selling pretty similar stuff to what they were 5, 10, 15 years ago. But I think it's moving very quickly. And obviously last year has brought technology and remote working or accessing systems remotely far more present now. So yeah, it's moving in the right direction, and I think everybody's better educated and better informed as to what they can get these days and what they need and what they want, really.
I mean, I go back to something, you know, my mantra to every client has always been the same. You know, have you applied for a job on your own website? And how easy is it for the candidate? And the amount of times people say, "Well, actually, no, I haven't." And you go, "Right, okay, well, there's your starting point." Because I do believe that the ATS system that backs up a website is as important as, you know, the front end website. I mean, we can both talk about shocking clients that we've seen. You know, I have one in particular I always quote, but I won't name them just for sanity. But you know, that you look at the front end and you go, "Wow, what a great website!" And you click through the back and you think you've gone into a clickbait sign, and the ATS is shocking. So, I mean, how important is getting those two things together, a bit of balance?
Yeah, they're the type of things I think that haven't moved on. I think ATSs are sold in abstract far too often. So not nobody, but there's not enough clients, I would say, and sellers perhaps are going through the whole process. you know, looking for a job, finding a job, be it through a search engine or Indeed and things like that, clicking on the websites, the client website, the organisation's website, and then going through the process. I think that's where user experience, you know, UX and all this sort of stuff, and it comes back down to the candidate and the customer stroke candidate experience is so important, and it's basics. It pretty much is, as you say, you know, put yourself in the shoes of the candidate. You know, their experience is so important, and even simple things that I think that even post launch, you know, you've got your candidate, you've got them in the interview process. How did it go? How did you find the interview process? Simply ask some questions. How did you find the website? You know, how did how did you find it in the first place? Was it easy enough? When you clicked on the website, was it then easy enough to get into the application process and then going through that? Those things are gold. They're worth a fortune for organisations. It's intelligence. It's all about intelligence and keep going through the process. You know, it's not once it's done, that's built, great, we've done it, tick it off the list and we'll come back and see it in 3, 4, 5 years' time. It's an ongoing process these days, and candidates won't hang around for long. We know it. You know, we're onto a mobile world now. We're onto a social media world now. So nobody watches anything more than, you know, 10, 15, 20 seconds and then they're gone. So you don't have much time to get them on the website and then start the process. It's really, really important. You need to always continually try and improve.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I wanted to do here with these videos was, you know, get across what, you know, your thoughts are and some of my experiences. I mean, I think we should move on and split it into some of the important parts. I think one of the important parts is obviously going to be the, you know, the pre-build stage. Then talk about what you do through build, and then maybe talk about going live. I think the stuff afterwards we can probably touch on. You know, that's all the things. I mean, I think too many people spend far too much time, you know, missing out the first bits, because if you get the first bit right, you're probably right. I mean, I think the pre-build is a really important part and stage of building any recruitment website. So I think what we'll do is we'll go on to that, John. We'll just we'll start a new section, and we'll just if anybody wants to catch up on any of these parts, we'll make certain videos in all our social media, and we'll just get them out as often as we can, and we'll just let everybody get up to date with it all, and we'll go from there.